Hey y'all, I am Michelle Mazelleغ. Welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a very long time. I have been struggling with just different health issues for a while. It's just like been back to back to back. Seemed like it, like I said in my post. And I kept saying I'm gonna make a video, and it just seems like I just did not have any motivation, did not have any energy to really make a video. So I'm so glad that this week that I am definitely back as far as health wise, definitely back as far as just having to get up to actually make a video, because I definitely have missed making a video for you guys. Thank you for your patience and for tuning in. So let us get into this video today. I'm going to show you all this video clip, and then I'm going to come back and talk about it. So let us get into it.
Why is the Ghanaian government allowing this? So apparently the Ghanaian government has given out land to African Americans to develop their own community. Like, what is happening here? I'm African American, and this is not even a project that I would be in favor in, because I can't figure out for the life of me, what is all this segregation about? I'm starting to feel like it's African Americans over here and Ghanaians over here. Like, why are we painting this picture of separation? I feel like it's a common goal to continue to keep us separated as a people. We've been separated since slavery. This is 2025. And you mean to tell me we still can't get this together? See, what's sad is, I would expect something like this in America, but I would never expect something like this right in our own country that's full of black people. This is 2025. South Africa is still experiencing areas where black people are not welcome. How can a black person be in Africa and not be welcome in their own country? Like, am I the only one that sees the wrong in all of this? Like, where is the rest of like-minded people? Like, please, where are we? It's time to wake up. And just for the record, I'm never in favor of African Americans being over here and Ghanaians being over here. We are all one people.
So I think it's sad that in 2025 people are still making videos that are so incorrect. No research has been done, misinformation, all for some views. This lady made an entire TikTok video on misinformation, guys. Easy as just getting on Google search, looking up the city, looking up the project that's being developed in Ghana, and reading about what's really going on. It is crazy how people would rather have views than to give accurate information, It's not an opinion if you are willingly and you are, intentionally giving wrong information that you know is wrong, you know is false, and you make a video like this anyway. The Ghanaian government is not building any city for African Americans. They are not building a city for African diasporans. They're not setting off anything for them. The only thing that the Ghanaian government has done for African diasporans is that they have allocated land for them if they want to move to Ghana. This land is not separated from the Ghanaians. It's not in some secret location that Ghanaians don't know about. It's not in some other city that's not on the map. I mean, this is acres of land that literally is in villages that Ghanaians are living in. It is in areas that Ghanaians are there. Yeah, the Ghanaian government is not just giving African diasporans this whole section where it's just them and there's no Ghanaians anywhere to be, nowhere in sight. That's not happening. If you've ever been to Ghana, you will know that everything is pretty tight in Ghana, because it's a small country and there's a lot of people that live there. And so there's not really a lot of space or areas for you to build a lot of land in a lot of areas, especially in Accra. It's very congested in some areas. So, for you just to have a city that nobody know about, yeah, that's not happening in Ghana. Now, let me tell y'all what's really going on, okay? What she's talking about, and this clear up the false information. Now, there's a video that a man put out, and his TikTok video also was definitely misinformation about this city. This is what he had to say about this.
hold on, let me get this straight. A group of black Americans went to Ghana, spoke to the Ghanaian government about building a town for black Americans in Ghana, got approval from the Ghanaian government to build a town for black Americans in Ghana. And part of the agreement was that first, the black Americans were given 200 acres to build build a settlement, a small settlement, and they wanted to see how quick that settlement will be sold. Basically, they're saying, we'll give you 200 acres to do a trial run. If there are enough people who are interested, then we will invest and give you money to build an entire town. And nobody is talking about it? Yep.
All right, so this is also misinformation. This is not the truth. There was a YouTuber by the name of Ivy Prosper who did a video pretty much refuting everything that this man said. And again, it's as simple as just Google searching what the city and this city that's happening, this project that's happening in Ghana, and the information will pop up. So let's look into what these people are talking about. Is there a city in Ghana? Is there a settlement happening? What are they talking about? And let's clear up the misinformation. So you actually can find an article on Black Enterprise, and the name of this article is called "On Your Leisure and Chocolate Bars Work with African Developers to Build 300-Acre Housing Project in Ghana." Nowhere in there did it talk about the Ghanaian government. Now, one of the developers actually did a TikTok video where he was kind of he cleared up the misconceptions, he cleared up the false information about this city, and this is what he had to say about this project that's going on in Ghana.
There's this myth going around that the land was given to you guys, 200 acres was given to you guys by the Ghanaian government.
Yeah, no, we never spoke to anybody at the Ghanaian government. No disrespect to the Ghanaian government, but they were not involved in this project at all. So I'm not really sure how that actual story got started, but no, there's no truth to that.
Let us look at the article because it goes into more information into what the city is, who can live there, the price of these homes. And so it says that this real estate project was developed by Earn Your Leisure, activist chocolate bars, and developers Alvin Bako, Kwame Blay, and Tuye Yaboa. And they are developing a 300-acre housing project in Accra, Ghana to promote economic prosperity in Africa. Now, there's been kind of a difference in the city here because in another video, I think I heard them say Tima, but it's also saying Accra. So I don't really know in Accra where this development is going to take place, but it is a development that includes African Americans, and it also includes African developers. So that's where you have these two groups of people joined together to create this city for African diasporans who want to move back to Ghana. And so it says the project aims to provide modern and sustainable housing options to the diaspora to help diasporans reconnect to their roots in the motherland. It will be built across 30 acres and feature amenities for the community such as a pool, sports facilities, bicycle lanes, a grocery store, and a co-working spaces. It says that the Cascades, which is what the unit is called, will host 2-bedroom unit apartments starting at $180,000. That is for a 2-bedroom unit. 4-bedroom townhouses are from $275,000, and 5-bedroom villas are $450,000. That is a lot of money. If you're from Ghana, you can calculate that up and see how much that is in cities. That is ridiculous, the amount of money that these units are costing, not only for the local people, but for African diasporans that's moving there. Like this unit, this project seems like it's for pretty well-to-do people, because even the average African diaspora that's moving there, not many of them are going to be able to afford $180,000, let alone $450,000. I think it's important when these types of developments are made that it definitely is made with the mindset that a lot of African diasporans that are coming over, they are coming over to start over. They're coming over taking all of their savings. A lot of them might be coming on retirement purposes, and so this means that their money has to continue to sustain them, especially if they don't have any income coming in. So if you're talking about $180,000 or $475, not many of them are going to be able to afford that, let alone the Ghanaians. A lot of Ghanaians are not going to be able to afford what these are costing. Again, this is $180, not cities. $180,000 is how much this is costing. And so when we start doing these types of projects, or when projects are being developed like this, I think it's important that people that are developing these projects, that you really take a look at the people that are living in this country. In this country, are they going to be able to afford it to be able to live here? I think that would also speak volumes of bringing that connective community, because you want the Ghanaians to be able to have the opportunity to live in this community too, so that the African diasporans and the Ghanaians can live side by side. They can be neighbors, and that can of course create a more of an integrated type of community instead of it being segregated. Because when this community is built and you don't have a lot of Ghanaians living there, then that's where the separation is going to come. Because especially if you have a grocery store, if you have a pool, if you got sports facilities that I would assume would be a gym, if you have all these amenities that is just in this little community, then you're not going to see a need then to go to the economy side to go to the market. You're not going to go to the economy side to maybe go to the local restaurants. A lot of your time is going to be spending in this community, and then that of course is going to cause greater separation between Ghanaians and the people that are in this community. But nowhere in this article did it say that Ghanaians weren't welcome in this community. If they can afford to live there, then they're able to buy a unit just like everybody else. And I think that is what needs to be put out there. If you can afford it, you can purchase it, you can live there. It is not just exclusively for African diasporans. I think what the whole purpose is that it is an option. A lot of times African diasporans come to Ghana or come to a country in Africa, and they don't know really where to live. They don't know, they want to be able to get in touch with real estate so that they would know what communities can they live in, what cities can they live in, what houses are available. And I think this community is just making it easier for them to be able to say, okay, this is the Sanbra city, I'm just going to buy a unit there, I'm not going to be looking around or whatever. And I guess that's going to make them feel kind of comfortable. It's going to also make them feel secure, and they're going to be more willing to purchase a home in the country of Ghana and move to the country of Ghana as well. The one thing I might say that would be an advantage of this city is that I'm hoping that a lot of the construction is going to the Ghanaians. I hope that they are the ones actually building the homes. I hope they're the ones actually, doing all this, the labor as far as people that's what they do for their job. If they're contractors, if they're architects, if they're builders, that they're actually getting that business so that it can be, put back into these businesses of Ghana. Hopefully the restaurants that they're planning on putting in there, I'm hoping that it will be a local restaurants that they're putting in there. Grocery stores need to be run by Ghanaians. They need to make sure that the local people is involved in this as much as possible, and that they are allowing their businesses to be a part of this community. Because when you start to build these types of communities, and then the grocery stores are run by foreigners, the stores are run by foreigners, you have the restaurants that are run by foreigners, then it's not really helping the Ghanaians then. It's not helping the economy, it's not helping the Ghanaian people, and to me that's always going to be a problem. Because the whole point of this community shouldn't just be to help the African diasporans. It should also to be helping the local people as well, for them to also be able to make some type of income, to have some type of an economic growth. So hopefully all of that conversation has been had so that more Ghanaians can be a part of this project. I would be curious to see what these units look like. The developer said that most of the units should be finished and completed by November of this year, I believe. And so I'll be curious to see what it looks like, what the inside looks like. I'll be curious to see what area it's in, just to see kind of why the price tag is so high. I think that's definitely why I would definitely want to go visit to see, is it worth $180,000? Is it worth $475,000? Because I can guarantee you that you can find a place a lot cheaper in Ghana that is also nice, it's also in a good area, that's not going to definitely stretch your bank account and stretch your wallet. I really don't know why this lady didn't even take the time to research. I don't even know, even after people in the comment section were correcting her, did she not make a follow-up video to say, hey, you know, she was sorry, she apologized for giving that misinformation, and to give the right information. It's crazy that there are some people that really want to put a stain on Ghana. And Ghana's just developing, that's all they're doing. They're just developing. They are inviting African diasporans to the country for the benefit of African diasporans and for the benefit of the country. You know, people are always talking about, you know, Ghanaians and the Ghana is taking advantage of African diasporans. They are trying to get money out of them. What country do you know is not wanting to increase their economy? The United States of America. That's the reason why most of the Americans voted for the man that's in the office right now, to increase the economy. And so, of course, if they find a way to increase their economy, to bring revenue into their country, I don't know when anything is wrong with that. They are not pressuring any African diasporans to go there. They're not, you know, mistreating them when they go there. I mean, if you want to go there, go there. If you don't, you don't. But this whole notion of trying to put a stain on a country that's just trying to develop economically, who's really trying to do right as far as bringing tourism into their country, bringing you know, opportunities as far as economics into their country. I don't know when that became a bad thing. I think people only think it's a bad thing when it comes to the continent of Africa. They feel like that they should just be happy with what they got and they should not be asking anybody for anything, or, you know, telling somebody, okay, you coming here, we want something in return. They feel like that, I guess, well, you're the continent of Africa, you should be grateful that we're coming to your country and you shouldn't be asking them for anything. And that's just crazy. How else is a country supposed to grow if they do not expect people to pay for things when they come there? I just don't understand that. But this lady is totally wrong. This video is definitely full of misinformation. The Ghanaian government has nothing to do with Sanbra City. This is an independent real estate development that's happening, a community that they're trying to develop for the African diasporans. And like he said in the video, the Ghanaian government's hands has nothing to do with it. So that's all I have to say on this. I am Michelle Mazellegh. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.